We're just going to keep getting these apparently till the t-shirt that says the beatings will continue until you fall in line isn't understood. Because my God, how you are in a sport and you go and bet on said sport when you know what the punishment is and you know how it's being tracked and you know what's being looked at, or you're just an idiot.
Well, they are everybody who's getting popped for this, they are just idiots, because every single and this is before legalized sports gambling. Every single level of athletics, once you get done with high school, they will talk to you about sports betting, the ramifications of sports betting to your eligibility in college or your standing in any professional sports league. There is signage posted in every single locker room across the country. It is mandatory to have those, by the way. And every single facility in every single franchise of Major League Baseball, the National Football League, the National Basketball Association, the National Hockey League, they bring in people to talk to you every single year about the rules and regulations of sports betting. And yet, we're still seeing people get popped for this. I mean, truly, either you have a gambling addiction or you are a colossal moron if you are getting popped for betting on your sport. Like the Lions one where the guys were betting in the facility and the NFLPA actually kind of changed this one where it's like, okay, so wait a minute. We had 6 Lions players get popped. Yeah, 6 of them. And it was because
the geofencing.
They were in the facility, not betting on the NFL.
No.
They were betting on other sports. But if they were to walk out to the parking lot,
totally fine.
They would have been totally okay.
No.
It was like, so 50 feet was the big difference there. Come on. That's different than like the Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley, I know you were injured. I know you weren't playing. Dude, you can't bet on the NFL. You know you can't bet on the NFL. You've been told you can't bet on the NFL time and time again.
To make it worse, as the San Diego Padres' Tucupina Marcano did, bet on his... Oh, sorry, San Diego Padres. The Pittsburgh Pirates' Tucupina Marcano did the...
Well, now he plays played for the Padres most recently.
Bet on your team.
Like... Pete Rose.
What the hell are you doing?
Of all people in any sport, you have Pete Rose in baseball. Like
in the division.
I can't imagine how dumb you gotta be, because everybody knows the story of Pete Rose. It doesn't matter if you're from the States or from outside the States. You know the story of Pete Rose getting banned from baseball. And that is beat over their heads every spring training, because of the fact that Pete Rose was banned for life for betting on baseball.
Then the insane thing here is Marcano placed 387 total baseball bets totaling more than $150,000 with a legal sports book. So they have the actual records of it. Colossal jackhole.
Yeah.
The insane thing is he placed 25 wagers on the Pirates and got them wrong.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that tells me one thing...
That's a Pirates guy through and through, just dedicated to the losing.
Well, no, he's betting on the Pirates to win at least. I mean, that's the only way that number makes sense, is that if you bet on the Pirates to win the game, that's how you're losing that much. So at least he's got that going for him.
So it's the story completes itself. Marcano bet almost exclusively on the outcomes of games and lost all of his parlay bets involving the Pirates. And he won just 4.3% of all of his Major League Baseball related bets. That is...
You serious, Clark?
Insane level losing.
And this is...
If I was to blindly pick games, I would outperform that by probably 35%.
Yeah, he's not good.
And this is the thing. Struggle to get that wrong.
Ippe Mizuhara, who also, he pled guilty today, by the way, to his fraud charges.
Yes, lots of them.
That would be the interpreter for Shohei Ohtani.
Going to jail for probably 20 years.
The common thread is that these guys are all really bad at gambling.
Degenerately bad. And degenerate gamblers who are also very bad. Vegas loves these guys.
And I've said this before, and look, these are the cautionary tales that with legalized sports gambling, they are going to happen.
This is the second
to-
player permanently banned in sports in the last 3 months.
For people that are like, this is what legalized sports gambling does, I'm here to tell you, the guys that are gambling and having big losses like
They
this,
were already doing
they
it.
were gambling illegally anyways, and Mizuhara was gambling
We had
with
the
an
records,
illegal
yes.
bookmaker. But this guy, he was doing it in the legalized fashion, which makes it even more dumb because they are literally tracking every single bet and able to see every bet and every transaction that you have. This has been happening for years. Pete Rose wasn't the only one.
No.
Okay. Now, now that it's all just coming to light, this is why legalized sports gambling in this instance, they're catching him because of the regulations behind sports gambling now. There will be stories like this that do come out, and they're going to continue to trickle out. But it's not because we have legalized sports gambling and it is now making more people gamble like this. This has been happening.
This is the access to the data and it bringing it out in the light.
I think what we need to address is that, look, the dopamine rush that you get from gambling, it's addictive. And I said it with Ipe Mizuhara.
We need to find a way to bottle that up and shoot it up.
But with the amount that these guys are gambling and losing, this is a gambling addiction. I mean, this is not just normal sports betting.
No.
This is far beyond that. And that is where I think we need to kind of acknowledge that. Like, you sit there and you're like, how dumb can you be? Yeah.
It's going to be an epidemic.
We say that all the time, right? Yeah. We say that all the time with, drug users and alcohol abusers. Like, how can you not realize it? Well, that's addiction, man. But this is just a colossal, just cannot believe that you're going to do it. Basically like here on his DraftKings app, just sit there and just go boop, 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 and keep doing it and not think you're ever going to get caught.
People, like I said,
dumb are you?
People are dumb.
People are very dumb. It's like, was it Butte, the wide receiver from LSU, who is
good Lord
using his account, literally had his name. He didn't even try to hide it.
No, just
and he wasn't even old enough to gamble.
It's just mind-blowing stupidity. It's like, how do you? Never mind.
Yeah. Well, now where do they go and play their baseball? Savannah Bananas.
Hey,
is that where they're
look, man, they make good money.
I bet they do.
They control their own products. They make good money.
Yeah, but can you hit a fastball on stilts? Like, I don't know if you can.
Or after popping the Dougie.
That's right.
It's difficult.
Have you seen the videos of the Glow Baseball?
Oh God, yeah. The what do they call it? It's not Glow Baseball. It's
it's glow in the dark Cosmic Baseball.
Cosmic Baseball, yeah.
Yeah,
and
like when you go Cosmic Bowling. Yeah, they're wearing like highlighter uniforms. They have like black
the
lights.
Biggest black lights you've ever seen.
And I can't imagine hitting a ball in that. I mean, there's got to be like
it's certainly an adjustment.
Yeah, but
that ball glows. It's not like you can't see it. That thing is bright as can be.
But when you're looking at spin, when you're looking at release points and all that stuff, I wonder if it is.
Is it easier to pick up the ball? Because you see the ball.
You see it in his hand.
So much clearer.
But you can also, if you got a guy with big old mitts.
A guy who hides it real well.
Yeah. That'd be a lot harder. It'd just look like a big glowing streak.
Logan Gilbert's a guy who hides the living hell out of the ball in his windup.
And there's this Marlins guy. Have you seen the Marlins guy who's doing the hop towards home plate? Like he pushes off the rubber and then he basically, with his right foot, about 2 to 3 feet down the hill, he basically skips with his right foot again and plants and throws. It doesn't look like it's legal, but it is.
So he leaves the rubber essentially, but it's all
he
in
goes
one
down
motion.
the mound like 2 to 3 feet, and so he's basically like 7 feet closer to the batter's box,
which is going to juice your spin rate and your.
And the ball is
speed.
behind his back as he's
hopping,
so it looks incredibly difficult to track. It also looks like a balk.
This sounds like somebody who like didn't have the capacity to be a major league pitcher and was found every single avenue to exploit. This is like James Harden, like finding new avenues to go. Okay, I've reached the apex of this, but somebody with less talent, so to speak. It's
Mhm.
not like it's overcoming an adversity like Jim Abbott, where you're like, let me go ahead.
No.
I have one hand. Let me go ahead and show you how I can pitch and catch at the same time.
I was such a big Jim Abbott fan.
That's such an insane thing. Like, thinking back about that now,
Mhm.
like, wait, what?
And he was able to field this position.
Yeah.
Like, it was nuts.
Just does not compute or make any sense.